I'm hoping we can cover the holes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we'll see. I wish this was a direct replacement, but it may not be. What the heck are we doing staring at the back of an RV?
Looking at that little black circle right there.
Well, all I know is that little black circle is missing something.
It is. It's missing a backup camera.
And do you know what kind of backup camera we're going to use?
We're going to use a Haloview BT7, but this one's different than the one we put on our Paradigm.
How?
You tell me.
It's a touchscreen. It's the upgraded one. And we went smaller because everything's smaller on the Delta.
That's right.
The 10-inch screen was huge in the truck, so we went with the 7-inch BT7 touch. So let's get to installing, because not having any side cameras or backup cameras kind of sucks.
It does, but right now we're at the NRVTA getting solar installed. So we're going to take advantage of using their little Genie lift to install our backup camera.
I'm going to go with that. That's an official term, Genie lift. Let's go for an install.
What you got there?
I got goodies. So we've got the Haloview BT7 camera. We've got the Haloview side marker cameras. And we've got a massive antenna in case we need to run extra power for connection. But we know from having a 38-foot Paradigm, at least on the BT7 non-touch, we didn't need to do any of this. But we have it in case we need it. So let's open it and see what we got. Start with this one. My hands are greasy. That's not nice. So I'm actually excited about these because the new truck doesn't have the side marker cameras that our old truck had, because it's, you know, different model, such thing. Here we go. So this will go on the side of the trailer. There's your camera. There. Super easy. Couple wires. Antenna goes here. Install both of them. Good to go. Oh wow, that's really cool. They got all kinds of connectors in here for you. Look at that. They got a user's manual. What do I call this?
Office paperwork.
Idiot's guide.
Idiot's guide. But does it have pictures?
They better. I don't know why this is here. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know what that's for. There we go, having to read the idiot's guide.
Doesn't hurt to take a glance.
Yeah. In this case, we're going to, because I truly don't know what that piece is for. We didn't use that on the old one.
So I'm excited for this one because we all love touch screens.
Yeah, we're spoiled. Yeah, everybody likes that. Let's see what we got here.
So while he's opening that, like I said, we are at the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas, getting solar put on. There's the Genie lift is what I'm calling it. Makes your dreams come true. Adding all that solar.
You need to wash your trailer, lady.
Yeah, you do. It's like we went through a Texas storm or something to get here.
You mean a lot of Texas storms?
Yes.
Because it was definitely more than one.
Yeah.
So this little black cap is on all Alliances. Well, I shouldn't say all, because I don't know that 100%, but everyone we've ever owned had this. Everyone we've ever toured had it.
What I love about all the Alliance RVs that we've had and have, it's all pre-wired.
Man down!
So obviously step one, clean up the area, get off all that silicone, so you have a good clean workspace.
That is true.
I've supervised a couple of these, so I kind of know what I'm talking about.
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn Express?
I might have. Did we?
No.
Okay. Darn it. You do windows too?
Whatever you need, darling. This is the hardest part, getting the chunk off. Ta-da! Important question. Is the power off?
No.
Yes, it is. Because this is on its own switch.
Oh, that's right. You got me there. Isn't there a tool for that?
Yeah, it's called a pocket knife. Why are you judging?
Not judging, asking questions.
For a friend?
No.
For a wife?
Yes. Not any wife.
The wife?
Your wife. Okay, some people are going to ask, shouldn't there be a tool for that?
Yes, but I left it down on the ground.
But I'm assuming you've done this before.
I have. And I don't want to go all the way back down, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull it off with a pocket knife. And I'm also going to get an earful from people for twisting the wire, which in some situations it may have been recommended that you don't do that.
So why do it?
When you go to heat shrink it, it actually makes it a little easier to get it in. But here we go.
It's quite the antenna on the camera.
Yes, and there's a green wire. I'll tell you about this as I'm getting all this stuff out here. And so there's a green wire that is part of this that is for blinkers. We are not going to be using the green wire. I know we got asked that last time. The green wire in a perfect world, I think it's more motorhome, but it sets you up so that you can automatically, when you turn your blinkers left or right, the cameras will pop on left or right. But we don't have that on the travel trailer, or if we do, I just never took the time to wire it. And this is the little green wire I'm talking about. Only ones we're going to be using are the red and black.
Gotcha.
See, they're red and black, red, black. So ground, power. And this is complete overkill. See, they have all this for connecting.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to just cut this and then go straight into here so we don't have all this extra cabling that we don't need. How about we go down and get that tool you were asking about? We're getting ready to put the backup camera on. Right now I've got the crazy long antenna on there. I may or may not keep that. This does have a little wiring set up where you can plug it in. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to cut this wire because there's not a ton of room in this hole. So I'm going to cut the wire, connect these two, screw that in, and then silicone it. That's really all we're going to do right now. The nice part is they give you a plate. Let me get all this in here so I can show you. So they give you a plate to mount it, and then they give you a rubber seal to go over it.
Oh, that's nice. So it keeps it waterproof the best it can.
Best it can, and then we silicone the crap out of it. And so you put this on here, this goes here, that comes through the little hole in the middle. There we go. That keeps it as watertight as you possibly can. You got to remember to put all this stuff on first. If you don't, you end up having to redo it. Speaking from a friend.
Ask you how you know.
No ass.
So Chris is cutting the wire, like you said, because ours comes pre-wired, so we don't need the extra extension that it came with. And he does have lots of experience with electrical, so I have complete faith in him.
Well, and this is 12 volt, which means that it's low voltage, so it doesn't mean you can't screw anything up, but it does mean that generally speaking, you're not going to hurt yourself. You can screw things up if you don't disconnect power when you're working on things like this stuff.
That's pretty cool. So you're taking back some of the plastic, rubber, what is that material around there?
Plastic. So it's just like, yeah, rubber, plastic, whatever. It's just a coating over the wires so you can expose them. Because this is such a tiny, tiny, tiny gauge wire, I am going to twist this. So I'm twisting it. I'm going to fold it in half to double my surface area, which isn't going to make a darn bit of difference for conductivity or power or anything like that. But when I go to put my heat shrinks on, it's going to make a big difference for me because that thing, again, super tiny. So this is a little kit I got off of Santa Amazon. I like it because it doesn't crimp. It uses solder, which meshes the metal or melts and gets the metal together. Now, let's see if this fits. We might have to go to the next size up. This is why I twisted it. So that's a really small diameter. So far, we're not fitting.
But I'm glad we got that kit off Amazon because it comes with a variety of sizes.
Yeah, see, that's not going to work. So we're going to need to go up. I did the reds, so now we're going to go up to the blues. And I don't know what happened. These apparently got hot at some point because half of them are already shrunk.
Oh, no.
But let's.
Maybe we need to store them in the fridge.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. So we'll do one at a time. Remember what I said, red, red, black, black.
Yes.
I'm going to take off the monster antenna for now. Got that. And then all we're going to do is feed that in. Got it?
Yeah, so I got the camera with my free hand, holding the camera with my other hand.
So I'm just making sure both wires are on the same spot.
This is the cool part. So what's that silver thing in the middle?
So that's called solder, and we're going to hold that up here so that as it melts in it. See how it's melting?
Yes.
Now, normally you would do this with like a heat gun, but damn it, I don't have a heat gun. So what we are going to do is see how it's soldered in the middle? See all the melted?
So it binds them together.
Yep. I'm trying to do it so that it gets hot, but doesn't. There we go. Now we got a good melt. And then, of course, don't put that down on the roof hot.
He's got it pointed up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hold the camera again.
Okay. And then same thing. Gonna go ahead and twist this while the other one cools. See? And then I'm getting it so that
I see.
that's hotter than a firecracker. So we want to hold that level.
Overall, is this a pretty easy install?
Oh, this is a super simple, like in a scale of 1 to 10, this is like a 3. Because it makes it really easy for us, because it's already pre-wired. So all I have to do is just come in here and try not to melt the damn thing, and we'll be all right.
See, my job is to turn the camera button on when we're traveling.
Yep. So once this cools down, we'll let this be for a minute. We're going to let both of these cool down. I'm going to tug on them just to see if the wires come apart. And then I'll come over it with electrical tape, and I'll tape this side, then I'll tape that side. Also tape the end of the green, and then tape them together, and then just shove them back in there. And then we should be okay. As soon as Martha turns on power to the camera, this should come on. And we're going to test that before we get all crazy.
Permanently mount it.
Yeah. All right. We passed the snug test. Tug, tug. Can you hold this so I can grab the electrical tape?
Yes. And so why are we taping the green?
I don't know if it has power to it, and I don't want to take any chances because it's an empty wire, so no point in leaving a wire exposed. And then kind of the same idea, I'm going to tape them all separate, so I'll go here onto the red. I'm working on the red first just because that one's already cool.
Yeah, because that was the first one you did.
That is correct. And
so I like that you do that because it protects the wires.
Yeah, because I mean I'm using flame, so if I exposed any wire anywhere, I want to make sure that I get it covered, and it just helps keep them together. Just one less thing to pull on. Although odds are we're never going to have to worry about this thing pulling on it. I mean, it's attached to the trailer, but it is an earthquake, right? Isn't that what we always hear?
Yes.
Okay. Now that I got those all three separated, now I'll come back through. Start up here.
Work your way down.
Try to do a good wrap so there's not all wrinkly. Yeah, I'm going to do a wide wrap on it real quick. There we go.
Nice.
And see, the reason I cut that wire is now you have what you need. So, and ultimately, that's the way it'll be right there.
Looks good so far.
So far, so good. Let's see if we've got something level. Mrs. Peters and I have discussions about what's level and what's not, so that will work as a level, so that's good to know.
Chris likes to go high right because he's left-handed.
I disagree. I don't think I go high anywhere.
Just to the right.
Uh-huh.
Did you get your level?
Oh, no. I want to see if my eyeball is calibrated. Doesn't look high right to me. Looks like a calibrated eyeball.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But we can review the footage. You did tweak it a little before you grabbed it because you knew.
If you wonder, I'm using the self-tapping or self-drilling screws to do this, and I'm going to I am going into the rubber, inside of the rubber seal
So what you're saying, the screws are just long enough to get through?
Well, long enough to get into the trailer without going into the trailer. So that's that. Now, it is not done, and we're not going to silicone it at this point because we're going to go test it, make sure everything works before I seal this in, because if I need to pull anything out, I want to do it before I silicone the crap out of it.
Sounds good. Putting the antenna on where we can see until next Tuesday.
This is a BMF. If you know what BMF is, put it down in the comments.
Let's go turn it on, see if we got power. Camera.
Holy shit, that's bright. Yep, you got power.
All right, let's see.
You see the little blue light on there?
All right, we can see the blue light. It has power. It can see until next Tuesday with the big antenna. Now, to finish up. What are you reading?
The manual. I want to make sure that I do all the right things.
Ah, pictures.
Lots of pictures.
Looks like a simple process. Just take the silicone, go around the unit to the wall, and cover the screws. So it gives it a nice waterproof tight seal, correct?
That is correct. That is all there is to it.
Awesome. That sounds easy peasy.
Just got to make sure you do a nice bead.
How long does it take for the silicone to dry?
Typically, usually, I think, well, each one's different. This one says don't expose to water for 24 hours, which is perfect because we're going to be sitting in here for 3 days.
Which, like we said, we are at the NRBTA. So we purposely waited because we knew we were going to be on this lift.
We knew we had access to the lift.
And access because it's going to stay here all during the build of our solar. Which
Right.
I'll give you a sneak peek. Oh, no solar panels yet.
That's not much of a sneak peek.
But I do see blue tape.
Well, that gives you a clue where something might be going. Right?
Correct. Excited for this one, our side cameras.
Yes and no. I'm a little excited, but I'm also a little concerned because on the Paradigm, we could get to the back of the side cameras. On the Delta, we can't. There's an interior wall. So I don't quite know, and this isn't drama, I truly don't know how this is going to go. Well, the positive note is they gave me plenty of wire.
I see that.
No Yankee Yankee. That's an official term. I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to read the instructions.
Thank goodness there's pictures.
Right? That's what I'm really looking at.
3 hours later. I'm just kidding.
You ever reach that point in life where you need readers?
Would you like me to go get your readers?
Can.
How's it going?
It's going. Only concern is that the way this, if I were to put it back in the exact same spot, this is going to be, the camera's going to be over the baggage door. So we're going to have to kind of go up and over. I'm hoping we can cover the holes.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, we'll see. I wish this was a direct replacement, but it may not be. And there's a structural pillar right here that I got to avoid. So.
I see you have a beautiful supervisor.
Well, everybody needs a good manager.
Hi, Callie.
The pupper director.
Yeah, she's happy to be out here hanging out with us. It's after hours and nice and quiet. Actually, Callie's had a busy day of loving on all the solar techs that have come in to install solar on her rig and batteries.
Not our snuggle bug.
I know, but everyone who came into the RV today got to pet Callie. So when Chris and I went to install the side markers last night, it didn't fit. We took the original ones down, tried to make it fit, but it didn't, so plan B.
Yeah, the pass-through bay door will be interfered by the camera, so this is too long compared to the factory one. So I just decided to poke a hole, and Martha and I have installed the side marker camera reinforced behind the skirting. We have the electrical wires that are attached to that right below this. So I'm going to take this and connect it to the wires that are existing, and then we'll end up with a side marker there and a side marker here. But this one gives us the Haloview side marker camera, so we'll have extra lighting, which is always a good thing. Let's see if this works.
If not, we got a fancy ornament on the side.
Right, it doesn't look party.
This is the cool part about being at the NRVTA, so National RV Training Academy. We're inside the bay. This is the ideal condition to install something on the outside of your rig. So Chris and I, we've taken our fundamentals class here, and Chris has taken his solar class here. I'm just excited. It's not raining in here. There's no bugs.
You know, I'm simple. There's no humidity.
Yeah, and they have air conditioning all throughout.
So we are spoiled. I'm laying on a creeper on a flat surface in an air-conditioned building with huge lights. And, you know, yes, I'm working upside down, but this is pretty darn optimal. I'm a little spoiled right now, I gotta admit it.
And if you're wondering what we're doing here, we're getting solar installed. So we're really excited. That'll be a separate video. So I don't want to give too much away.
Well, I think this will be out before solar. So if you're watching this, hopefully in the next week or so, you'll be able to see the redonkulous system we put in.
We're stupid excited for it.
And I think that might be an official term, right? Redonkulous?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. So all I'm doing right now is just stripping the, I cut the side marker wires, and then I'm stripping them out so that we can just basically splice into it. I'll be combining these two here, and a third one you can't really see that it's up above, but it's the other half of that wire that I cut. Okay, so now that both of those are connected, same thing, I'm just going to take the flame, and all I'm doing is pointing it at it, and I'm just making sure I stay off of the actual tubing so it doesn't burn through. Just a matter of heating the solder up so that it melts and encapsulates the wires with the heat shrink tube and makes my life a lot easier. And then I usually go over it on top of that with electrical tape, which probably overkill, but too much seems to be just right.
Yeah, and those wires are tiny, so you don't want them to snag on anything or break loose, get themselves in trouble.
Right, misbehaving.
Mm-hmm. So we're just opening it just a little bit, and when he just has the side marker lights. Good job.
Glad I got your thumb up. All right, we got a whole lot of planning to do now.
That was a struggle bus, Chris.
Yeah, polarity matters. I can't believe I did that. I had to mess with the polarity, but as you can tell, it's dark out, but the cameras work fantastic. So let me show you how this works this time. Touch screen. There's the rear. If I want to see all three, I go to Q mode. Give it a second. That's the driver's side. Touch screen. Go back to Q mode if I want. There's the passenger side. You can also just go to whatever you want. So for me, I know channel 1 is driver's side. Channel 2, passenger side. Channel 3, empty because we're not doing over the door. And channel 4 is the rear. You can see the rack because we're still in the shop.
All right, let's go back inside and talk about what you had to do to get it to work.
It works fine, and it wasn't Haloview's fault. This is a great camera system.
All right, let's go inside and talk about it.
Sure.
So we finally got it working. Chris is disconnecting. It was not Haloview's fault. It was user error, but we're going to walk you through it. And of course, you have our lovely supervisor.
Oh no, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Get back over here. All right, before you say anything, Mr. Peters here, my handsome husband, has been working his full 8+ hours a day. We're at the NRVTA getting solar installed onto our rig. At any break or lunch break, before and after work, he's out here helping and collaborating. Plus, we're also getting settled in our beautiful Delta travel trailer.
Where are you getting at, lady?
We have the neediest rottweiler. Hi, pretty girl.
What are you getting at, Mrs. Peters? I might be a little tired.
You might be tired.
That's highly likely. I'm exhausted. Yes, I've been working 10 to 7, my normal hours, so I get up when the class gets here about 7:30, work with them, instruct for, you know, not instruct like teacher instruct, but like
collaborate
on where we want things, how we want them configured. So I do that for about 2.5 hours, and I go to work for 8 hours, and as soon as work's done, it is 9:30 p.m. right now. As soon as work's done, we jump on a project because we're taking advantage of the bay.
Well, it's 9:27 p.m., but
9:30-ish. But what I did wrong, I wanted to put it where the side markers were. You saw that on the already. Unfortunately, due to the size of it, the camera would have came into the bay. That wouldn't have worked. So we left the side markers there. I traced the wires down, found out where they were at. Martha and I mounted them on the side. And then we spliced in to make sure that we got the electrical connection. And of course, tired, I cut them. I thought green was ground and the white was going to be the power. It was opposite. I should have known better. I pull out the meter, checked the polarity, switched it around, and then rewired it on both sides, hooked it up to the truck, and everything's working perfectly good. Highly, highly impressed with the quality of the new BT7. I didn't think the camera was going to be better than it was in our Paradigm, but the touchscreen functionality, how fast it loads, the picture quality, this thing is legit. So if you're looking for an amazing camera system, both for rear and side markers, the Haloview, once again, they stepped it up and they're killing it. We've got a almost 34-foot, 3311. We're parked outside. So if you have a 45-foot trailer, your connection from your truck to the back of the trailer, you don't need the booster. We didn't use the booster, and it's working fine. Shoo-wee! Glad that's done.
I know, 2 days worth of progress, and it's finally done. We've been running a mile a minute, but...
Whoa, hold on. It did not take 2 days to install this. It's called exhausted and limited schedule. So this is my error. It should have been a very, very quick install. So
we've gone over that, but I'm excited to test this out. We'll test it out this weekend, get you some really good footage. So I'm going to insert it right now.
Right meow.
Meow. And let us know what you guys think.
Give us a thumbs up.
Don't forget, subscribe, ring the little bell so you know when our videos come out, and most importantly,
enjoy every moment.